Hi, today I'm going to explain an action, sci-fi movie called The Adam Project. Spoilers are ahead, watch out and take care. The movie opens in a dystopia in 2050, where our protagonist Adam Reed is seen stealing a time-traveling jet in space. He is suffering from a gunshot wound, as there is another plane chasing and firing at him. Ignoring his jet AI's warnings of being hit, Adam launches a time travel portal and vanishes, narrowly evading capture. The scene then cuts to the year 2022, showing a 12-year-old Adam at school. He's relentlessly chased down by the senior students and beaten up. It turns out that Adam is always a bully target at school due to his sarcastic and sassy behavior that easily offends anyone around him. As a result, his mother, Ellie, is frequently summoned by the principal, but this time, she is unable to prevent him from getting suspended. On their way back home, Ellie scolds him for being such a troublemaker, but Adam argues that she doesn't understand him like his late father did. Here, we learn that Adam's father died in a car accident a year ago, and since then, Ellie has been trying her best to stay stronger for her son despite his mischievousness. Later that evening, Ellie gets Regia to go on a date with her colleague Derek. Adam makes some snarky comments about this but doesn't stop her from going. After she departs, the young boy stays in his room playing video games with his dog by his side. A short while later, the power suddenly goes out and his dog Hawking starts barking before running into the woods. Concerned, Adam follows him, only to come across a shocking sight of the treetops catching fire and its ashes falling down. Before he can fully grasp the scene, he hears some noise, so he runs back home with his dog. Upon reaching home, Adam breathes a sigh of relief, but he again hears a sound coming from his dad's old garage. Hawking runs towards the sound, while Adam cautiously follows it with a baseball bat. Much to his shock, the boy discovers the injured 2050 Adam with Hawking resting on his lap. Young Adam is surprised by how a stranger could unlock his father's garage, so he starts inquiring about him. However, old Adam refuses to answer, saying that it's all classified. He then enters the main house to get some food and clean up his wound. Young Adam keeps on following him, noticing how he comfortably wanders around the house as if he's been here before. When the curious boy nags him with several questions, the future Adam finally lets out the truth. They're the same person, sharing the same scar on their chin and wearing the same watch that belonged to their father. He continues to explain that he was supposed to land in 2018, but he landed in 2022 for some reason. Following this, old Adam takes his young self to the woods to show him his parked jet. He reveals that he's not able to start it as it's encoded to his DNA and won't recognize him due to his serious injury. Since they share the same DNA, he asks the little Adam to press a remote button which successfully gets the jet working again. Old Adam then programs it into self-repairing mode and decides to stay for a few days until both the jet and his body recover. The younger boy still has tons of questions though, like here the possibility of the multiverse existing, but the future Adam explains that once he returns to his fixed timeline, their memories will reconcile and young Adam will most likely forget this meeting. That night, the future Adam goes to sleep inside his father's garage, while the young one heads back home. Before falling asleep, older Adam looks at a picture of a woman. The next morning, after Ellie leaves for work, young Adam goes to the garage to check on his older self. Knowing that they must go out to buy some medicine, the young boy lets him wear their father's jacket to hide the bloodstains. Later, while old Adam shops at the pharmacy, the young one waits outside. This is when he's confronted by the same school bullies who start beating him up. But before things can get worse, old Adam intervenes. He then encourages his younger self to fight back, also teaching him some clever tactics. However, young Adam still lacks confidence, so he just runs away. This forces the older version to take matters into his own hands and he threatens the bullies to stay away. Back at the garage, young Adam goes through his future self's things by locking the door from inside. Old Adam asks the boy to open the door, but the latter is mad at him for not defending him against the bullies. While rummaging, he finds a photo of a woman and demands to know who she is. In response, old Adam reveals that she's his wife, Laura, who is no longer with him. Feeling emotional, older Adam walks away and ends up in a bar for a drink. There, he finds Ellie sharing her sorrows with the bartender. Unable to hold back, he cuts in and offers a heartfelt advice she shouldn't pretend to be strong in front of her kid, but instead, she should share her grief to go through it together. The following day, another futuristic jet appears near the woods, piloted by Christos, his boss Maya Sorian, and a bunch of robotic soldiers. Turns out that Maya is Adam's father's business partner, and she's the same person who was chasing him in the opening scene. Maya orders her troop to find Adam and bring him back to 2050. Meanwhile, the two Adams are having their meal when the older version shares about what happened to Laura. It turns out that she had time traveled to 2018 but didn't come back. Maya and the others claim that Laura's jet broke up on re-entry. However, Adam didn't believe it because she was the best pilot in the program, and instead, he suspects that Maya got her killed. He goes on to reveal that Maya has seized control over the time travel technology, which their father accidentally invented while working in a project called the Adam Project. 2018 was also the year when the first particle time travel attempt succeeded, so old Adam believes Laura has something to do with that moment. Their conversation is suddenly interrupted when Hawking reacts to something they can't hear or see. Sensing an imminent danger, old Adam asks his younger self to get ready to escape. His instincts proved to be correct when the robotic fighters ambush them. Old Adam quickly grabs his advanced lightsaber and begins fighting the troops. Although he manages to gain the upper hand at first, he's soon overpowered, as Maya and Christos show up with more soldiers. Just as they're about to capture him, a shot is fired at the jet. It's Laura, arriving to save her husband. The couple then bands together, wipes out the rest of the soldiers and escapes in her truck. But the threat isn't neutralized yet, as they still get chased by Maya's jet. In an attempt to evade capture, they drive into the woods. Two robots pursue them in hoverboards, but our heroes cleverly manage to take them down. They then reach a safe house where Laura has been hiding since 2018. After celebrating their reunion for a while, Laura reveals the entire truth. She traveled to 2018 because she found an unusual jump to that year on the logs. Turned out that it was Maya, who time traveled to give some insider knowledge to her younger self so that she can gain control of the company. When she found out that Laura knew the truth, she planned to kill her. Now, Laura urges Adam to go back to 2018 and to stop this entire technology from being invented in the first place. Adam initially refuses because the jet only accepts his DNA, and he has to leave her again. He also fears that altering the past could prevent them from meeting in the future. However, there's no time here for further discussion, as Maya and her troops track them down again. As a result, the two Adams drive away, promising to find her again. As soon as they leave, Laura grabs her hidden weapons, deciding to hold off the enemies to buy them some time. She starts a gunfight with Christos, but Maya soon arrives in her jet from behind. Meanwhile, old Adam asks young Adama to accompany him to 2018 so that he can help him find their father, the only person who can terminate this technology. The young boy agrees without hesitation and activates the jet before flying off. When Maya and Christos notice them, they shoot Laura and begin chasing the Adams through narrow gorges. During the chase, old Adam cleverly turns off the engine and hides inside a cave, losing their trail for a while. Despite knowing that their jet is damaged, the Adams decide to take the risk. They launch a boost and project the portal, narrowly escaping into it. The two Adams land in the year 2018, where they find their father Louis delivering a lecture. Before approaching him, older Adam makes his younger self promise not to tell their dad too much of the future, as that would mess up the timeline. Shortly after, the class ends and Louis notices old Adam sitting at the back. He immediately recognizes him as his son right before young Adam runs to him for a hug. Following a brief reunion, the Adams try to explain the entire scenario, but Louis refuses to listen as he doesn't want to mess with the timeline. This frustrates old Adam, prompting him to punch Louis on the face. In retaliation, Louis also punches him back before finally agreeing to go with them to a motel. Once there, Louis listens to the whole story and is shocked to learn about Maya's true motives, but he still refuses to help them as he doesn't think that time should be tempered. This leaves old Adam fuming and he scolds Louisa for thinking as a scientist instead of a father. On the other hand, 2050 Maya also arrives in 2018 and visits her younger self, who is clearly unhappy to see her. She's been doing everything that the future Maya instructed her to do, despite knowing that it's unethical and illegal. However, the future Maya again convinces her, reminding her that they've always been lonely workaholics and this technology is their only future companion which they can't sacrifice. Elsewhere, the two Adams head towards Maya's company headquarters, intending to blow up the entire time-traveling machine. As part of the error plan, young Adam is stationed at a distance, AA operating a remote device to help handle any incoming threats. Meanwhile, old Adam walks AA towards the entrance, wondering why there aren't any guards. Turns out that Maya had anticipated their arrival and has guarded the place with 2,050 robotic soldiers. As soon as they appear, old Adam starts fighting them with his lightsaber, while the young Adam backs him up with the remote-controlled drone. Amidst the ongoing battle, a car charges towards old Adam. It almost hits him, but Louisa intervenes in the nick of time and crashes the enemy car with his own. Here, it becomes clearer that Louis has changed his mind and wants to help his sons in their mission. Afterward, old Adam and Louis enter the building, while younger Adam unfortunately gets abducted by Maya's jet. Inside, Louis explains to old Adam that blowing up the building won't work, as Maya can easily rebuild it. Instead, Thea should take away the hard drive containing his time-traveling algorithms. The duo then enters the time machine room and pulls out the hard drive. But before they can get away with it, Maya shows up with her troops, with young Adam in her custody. She holds him at gunpoint and demands for the hard drive. Instead of complying, old Adam signals his younger self. In response, the young guy pushes the gun away, causing a bullet to hit the time machine. As a consequence, it begins to form a magnetic field that attracts metal objects, including the guns and the robots. As chaos erupts, the two Adams fight with a Christos, while Louis attempts to deactivate the system. But the old man soon realizes that the system cannot be shut, so they must flee the scene before it explodes. Meanwhile, the Adams manage to overpower Christos and reunite with their father. As the trio is about to leave, they're again confronted by two Mayas. Old Maya urges her younger self to open fire, but the latter seems hesitant. This prompts old Maya to snatch the gun and shoot at Louis herself. But unbeknownst to her, the bullet is made up of magnetic material. Due to this, it deflects from its course and accelerates towards the time machine, piercing young Maya on its way. Her death causes old Maya to vanish as well. With this, the father and sons escape the building in just seconds before the machine blows up. Although the time machine is destroyed, the Adams don't disappear right away. They return home, where the sons have a heart-touching conversation with their father. Louis seems to have already guessed his fate, so he expresses his love for his sons, also apologizing for not being there for them. After an emotional moment, the trio spends their last moment playing catch and reminiscing good old memories until the two Adams disappear. The scene then cuts to the year 2022, where Adam seems to have changed his attitude and has become more loving towards his mother. In the future, he finally experiences his first encounter with Laura.
Streets are cold and dreams are gold, running wild where legends unfold. Neon signs light the night skies, hustle hard, that's the prize. City lights and midnight fights, grinding till the morning lights, chasing shadows down the lane, living fast, we own the game. Of concrete walls, silent whispers in crowded halls. Beneath the mask we hide our fears, every wound that never clears. City lights and midnight fights, grinding till the morning lights, chasing shadows down the lane, living fast, we own the game. Buckles bounce of concrete walls, silent whispers in crowded halls. Beneath the mask we hide our fears, every wound that never clears. Midnight fights, riding till the morning lights, chasing shadows down the lane, living fast, we own the game. Fortunes told in alley codes, roads that lead where no one goes, risking all to stake our claim, destiny and burning flame.